Well, what have we here? Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new season of Global HEARTSTREAM's Meditations. I'm your host, Gabriel Gonsalves, and I want to welcome everyone who's here for the very first time, as well as those of you who are old timers, have been with us since we began this pretty much during the COVID lockdown. How have you been? How was your summer or winter, depending on where you are in the world? Yeah, I want to welcome and give a special shout out to Irish. Irish, nice to see you. Nice to have you here, love. Maria Rinaldi, who's actually here in Spain visiting. Ellen in sunny New Jersey. Amanda Rubler in Cape Town. Michaelina Newman. Michaelina, I have missed you. Where have you been? Okay, you're back in London. Good to hear that. Valerie Noble, welcome from France. Aide from California. Janet, hello. Hello. I love it if you could type into the comment section just one word that describes how you're feeling right now, today, in this moment, as we initiate a new cycle of Global Heart Streams. I've had a really wonderful summer. It's been a summer of a lot of healing, a lot of introspection. And I would call it a summer of integration, where I stopped a lot of the activities that I've had just so that I could really focus on what in my heart I believe is most important. And so some wonderful fruits of the spirits have emerged as a result of having given myself this time to slow down. There's a practice that I do whenever I'm feeling very disconnected from myself, especially from my heart. And it's a very simple practice that you can do at any time. And I learned this practice from Tesh Steiners, who was one of the mentors that I had at the very beginning when I was initiating my work in applied heart intelligence, especially within working in a circle, or Tesh Steiner's format, which he calls the heart circle. And it's simply to slow down. So if you ever find yourself that you feel very disconnected from your body and you want a quick, easy way to really come back into the body and reconnect, is just to slow down. So if, for example, you feel like you need to go to the toilet, so rather than just going to the toilet in autopilot like you normally would, instead walk down at about 70 to 80% of the speed you would normally walk. Drive a little bit slower, talk a little bit slower. And you're going to find that just bringing that awareness of just slowing things down just a little bit immediately create a greater presence in the physical body. So the very same thing happens when you decide to slow your life down a little bit and take time for yourself to reconnect with your breath, to reconnect with those relationships that matter the most, to reconnect with those things in your life that matter the most. And by doing that, you're not only getting clarity with regards to what's most important, but also you are establishing a deeper connection with the present moment. Slowing down just really brings you more into the here and now, which is the only place where God exists. In fact, there is a reason why we call God the presence, the one. Let me look at some of the words that you guys are sharing over here. Welcome, Giovanni from New Jersey. Nice to see you here, brother. Janet says it's been extremely challenging, but expanding. Yes. Heat makes things expand, doesn't it? Mary Rinaldi says, feeling grateful and peaceful. Janice says, grateful. Idea says, excited at hope and hopeful. Valerie says, grateful. Michaelina says, happy and excited. Amanda, happy and grateful. Grateful. Cindy's heart. Cindy, nice to have you here. Thank you for your lovely message that you sent earlier. Idea says, excellent. Sometimes good God. Sometimes fine. But right now, in this moment, how are you? Presence and everything you do. Yes, that is That is so right. And I just says right now, happy to see you. Yeah, happy to see you guys, or to feel you guys rather, because you are in so many ways my invisible friends, because I can feel you, but I cannot see you. Yet I have to say that I have the privilege of knowing and having had at least one conversation with the majority of you guys who are here with me today. So, in case you're new to these global HeartStream meditations, they emerged during the COVID lockdown as an invitation to create a space where we could practice heart coherence together and unified our hearts not only to the heart of each other, creating what the Institute of Heart Math calls social or global coherence, but also, and I would say even more importantly, to unify our hearts to the heart of God, the heart of divinity, the heart of the cosmos, that central, loving, organizing intelligence that governs all of life. So that from that space, we could then really inhabit the presence of unconditional love, or the vibration, the energy of compassion, kindness, and then offer that to ourselves. And then once we've learned how to fill ourselves with that radiance, that presence, then send it out to each other, creating an interplanetary grid that, as it begins to become stronger, can then go out and affect the people around us, everyone in our city, and ultimately everyone in the world. So we are practicing, in essence, what the Institute of Heart Math would call the four levels of coherence. Actually, they have three levels of coherence, which they teach, but I've added another level. So normally you may have heard just the term coherence to refer to that sense of unified state where your heart, your emotions, your brain waves, your respiration, heart rate, everything unifies within you. And the moment you begin to experience that, there's a sense that everything has slowed down and you feel more connected to yourself, and there is a softening that happens inside of you. But then the next level is when you begin to feel this in relationship with others. And so the Institute of Heart Math calls this social coherence. Is the level of coherence that you experience when you're in sync with other people. And literally, the heart rhythms sync with other people. And there's also a syncing that happens at the electromagnetic level, the energetic level. That's why there's this thing that people talk about, how I just really, my, what do you call it? Your tribe, your vibe attracts your tribe, I think is how the saying goes. And it's because a lot of it has to do with the vibration that emanates from you. Now, the third level of coherence is what HeartMath calls planetary coherence. And it's this idea that we don't exist in a vacuum, or we're not islands. We are part of a larger ecosystem, and that the planet itself is alive, has awareness, has consciousness. And so it's this idea of aligning ourselves to the natural rhythm of the planet, which is known scientifically as Schumann's resonance. It's a group of electromagnetic signals that the planet has. And whenever we're in tune and connected to this group of frequencies, healing accelerates, and we get the sense of being naturally with the rhythm of the planet. In fact, it is the disconnection from our planet is one of the things that's creating so much disharmony in our bodies and disease, not to mention disconnection with each other. And so we have individual coherence, then we have social coherence, and what HeartMath calls planetary coherence. Then there is a higher level of coherence, and I like to call this cosmic coherence. The word cosmos comes from the Greek, and it means order. So think about the greater order of the universe. So this is the kind of coherence that we align with whenever we set the intention to unify, attune, and connect our hearts to the infinite, loving, and compassionate heart of God, of divinity, loving intelligence, Allah, Brahma. I don't care what you call it, as long as you can just simply decide, I'm going to unify my heart to the source of all of life, all of energy, the source of love itself. So that by then infusing our hearts with that energy, then we can then establish a stronger connection with ourselves and with the love, wisdom, and the power that emanates directly from the source. And then be able to really become then ultimately vehicles or vessels through which the love, the wisdom, and the power of the Godhead or the cosmos can now flow through our lives. This is the essence of what I believe what it means to be an instrument of God's will. Will is power. And so the power of God manifesting individually and uniquely as you. And so this is what we're here. We come together on a regular basis just to connect, tune in, unify our heart to the heart of divinity. And then from that space, create a greater sense of harmony within our physical body so that healing can take place, so that we can ultimately be reminded of who we are, why we're here. And then from that space, then just radiate this love and compassion to a world that, as you already know, I need to remind you, really needs it. Now, we are living in unprecedented times. We are at the later stages of what the Hindu Vedic tradition calls the Kali Yuga. It is the darkness appearing to triumph over the light. In other words, it's one of those cycles in the yugas where there's the least amount of light and the most darkness. In essence, what they teach is that at this particular level or stage, there is 3/4 darkness and only 1/4 of light. And some of you may be thinking, oh my God, no. Well, just imagine that. Imagine a large soccer field or football stadium, right? And it's pitch dark. Now, imagine if just one person comes in with one candle and just places that candle in the middle of that field. What happens? It has a huge impact. Even that one candle in there, you will be able to see it. And as you get closer to it, you can see the space around it. And so that is the effect that we are having individually and collectively. By choosing to hold on to the light within our hearts and to become vessels of that light, we are bringing light to where there is darkness, not only in our lives and our families, but to everywhere around us. Now, for each person, listen to this, for each person that makes that choice to be a keeper of the flame of the light in the heart, to stay in a place of compassion and love when everybody else is losing their mind, every person that can do that, you are helping offset the negativity of about 750,000 people in the planet. That's how powerful your heart light is. And when a group of us comes together with that same intention, even if there's just 10 of us, 12 of us here, or just 2 people of us here, whatever 2 or more gather in my name, Jesus explained it this way. We are having a profound, exponential impact in the lives of the people around us. And so by just being here, even if all you do is just close your eyes, listen to the music, and just find a place of love and appreciation within your heart as you breathe in and out, by just doing that, you are already starting an incredible, transformative experience inside of you that will not only make you receptive to healing, but will also have an impact in your home where you are right now. So, with this as a little bit of an introduction to this next series or this next season of our Global HEARTSTREAMs, let's go ahead and begin our guided meditation, designed to become vehicles of the sacred light that emanates from the heart of divinity and learn how to hold that flame within our hearts. Let us begin. As we begin our time together, the invitation is to switch channels and now move into the channel of the experience. Gently closing the eyes and bringing the awareness to the physical body, giving yourself a few moments to experience the physical sensations of the body. Remembering that the way into the heart is always through the body. The way to the spiritual heart is always through the physical heart. So as you bring a hand over to the middle of the chest, take a few moments just to become aware of your heartbeat and the sensations of that heartbeat. Noticing that right there with the heartbeat, there's also the concentric rhythm of your breath. Notice the quality of your breath in this moment. Notice also the quality of the heartbeat. Notice also how you feel in this moment. Welcoming the feelings as they arise in the same way in which you welcome each breath and each heartbeat. Imagine that right there in the middle of your heart, where the heartbeat originates, there's a light that is like the light of the sunrise. And that as you begin to breathe into your heart, consciously and intentionally, begins to rise, increasing its intensity and its power. See, feel, and imagine this small replica of the sun in the middle of your chest, rising from the waters of your emotions. As it radiates its warmth, its light, its love. Breathing in nice and full, nice and slow, with a nice and even breath. Letting go of any unnecessary tension, especially around the head, the neck, and the shoulders. welcoming thoughts, feelings, sensation as they arise, yet focusing on the light that radiates within. And as you see, feel, and imagine this radiant light within you, please repeat the following intention with me. I now connect, attune, and unify my heart to the loving heart of God. My heart is one with the heart of God. The heart of God shines in me. I am one with the heart of God. As you complete this phrase, see, feel, and imagine that there is either a cord or a laser beam that is in this moment now unifying your heart to the heart of divinity. And that with each breath into the heart, you're now welcoming the love that radiates directly from the heart of divinity. The love of God flowing into your heart, the wisdom of God pouring in, the healing of God bringing harmony, the power of God energizing each cell, each atom in your body. Feel gratitude for this light, for this love, for this intelligence, for this power that is now pouring in you. With every breath, welcome more and more of it. Imagine now that this light that emanates directly from within your heart begins now to expand in every direction. It flows within you to every organ, to every system within your body. Bringing harmony to your circulatory system, your nervous system, your endocrine system. The life of God infusing every cell, every organ. Harmony is now being restored. Your heartbeat is now beating perfect unity with the heart of God. Your heart is being in unity with the symphony of the cosmos. Letting go of all sense of worry about the future or any attachment to the past. Communing here and now with the source, the one power, the one presence. The one source. Heavenly Father who lives within our hearts, hallowed be thy name. I am. I am thy kingdom come. I am thy will being done. I am on earth, even as I am also in heaven. I am given this day daily bread to all, as I am also receiving daily substance. I am forgiving myself, forgiving others, and forgiving life, as I am also all of life that forgives me. I am keeping me and every person away from temptation. I am delivering me and everyone from every evil condition, from all that is unreal about me, from addiction, from distractions, and from the consciousness of sin, disease, and death. For I am the love, I am the wisdom, I am the power of God, individualized as me and each person. I am the kingdom, I am the glory, I am the presence of God, in eternal, immortal manifestation. All of this, I am. Imagine now the light that is emanating directly from your heart begins to now to expand beyond you and begins to envelope and radiate upon every person here today. Light going out to Canada, light going out to California, to New Jersey, to London, to every place where each person, live or in the replay, is right now. And that together we are, in essence, holding each other's hands and hearts, creating a planetary grid of love and compassion. The love from the heart going out as waves to every area in the world, in this planet of ours, where there is famine, war, grief, and loss. Any area where there is conflict, where there's war, where there's injustice. Let the light of your heart, as a keeper of this flame, go out to those areas within the planet that need it the most. Remembering that though this light flows from you, it comes from the Creator. That right here and right now, with an open heart, you're serving humanity by being a vessel of compassion and love. Choosing to be a part of the solution instead of the problem. Helping co-create a world where there's greater empathy and compassion, where there's greater kindness and love. As we drop into a sacred silence, allow yourself to stand tall as a lantern in the dark. Keeping the flame of your heart alive. Unifying yourself with this light. Unifying yourself with this love. Dear God, dear infinitely loving presence that lives and moves in each and every one of us, thank you for the gift of this life and for the opportunity to come together in one heart for the purpose of being vehicles of that love. May your love continue to flow through each of our hearts, even after this meditation is over, as we move into our next activity, that others may know thy love through us. May healing continue to take place in every cell, in every system within our physical bodies, even as we go to sleep tonight, that we may wake up tomorrow feeling fresh, renewed, and restored. May the peace that transcends all forms of understanding prevail in our hearts, helping us continue to anchor the flame of unconditional love amidst so much chaos, darkness, and distraction. And that may all of this be done with the blessings and the grace of heaven for thy glory and only thy glory. Amen. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Glory to God in the highest, and in the love that shines forth in our hearts. As we begin to come back to the full awareness of our time together, I invite you now to open your eyes and take a few moments just to check in with yourself, becoming slowly once again reacquainted with the physical presence that surrounds you. Feeling calm, feeling re-energized, ready to move forward, and welcome back. How are you feeling? Olá, Bárbara. Temos muito tempo que não falávamos. É um prazer vê-la novamente aqui neste espaço semanal que voltou. Está de volta para ficar, se Deus quiser. Nice to have you, Bárbara Camprani. Thank you for your beautiful message. She says, lovely, heartily good night and love to all the hearts. How are you feeling? Can you feel the love? Do you feel the power? In case you had your eyes closed while we were in the meditation, there's some visuals that I played while I was guiding you into the space of unity of heart and coherence. And one of my favorite visuals was this visual of the ripple or the wave moving through the entire planet. So if you had your eyes open, this is one of the images that I displayed when I invited you to send this heart wave of love to every area, every country in the world that needs it. I remember that once I saw this image for the very first time, it became very clear, this is what we're doing. Every time that we come together for our HEARTSTREAMs, we're really just sending this ripple of love to every area in the world that so needs it. All right, my beautiful friends, we have come to the end of our time together, and I want to thank you again for joining me here today. And I hope this new schedule works for you. I think it will work for more people, as it's a Sunday. For me, it actually also works out better because we're here where I have my studio. I'm in Spain, so nobody works on a Sunday afternoon. And so I get the opportunity to also to enjoy the peace and quiet of the space. And then also, you may be also wondering what happened with the new Sacred Heart meditation circles that replaced the previous HEARTSTREAM once we transitioned. And I'm happy to report that, that we've created a really beautiful space on Wednesday evening. So think of the Sacred Heart meditation circle as a dedicated space in the middle of the week where, if you feel like you like to be in a smaller group where you get to interact with me, ask me questions, share your experience, then you can join that space. Okay. And again, it's called the Sacred Heart Meditation Circle. You can read more about it or sign up by visiting my website. All right. This is, again, so now in essence, we have this new HEARTSTREAM that we'll be doing every Sunday at this exact same time. And then the Wednesday afternoon Sacred Heart Meditation Circle, which is, think of it as a dedicated mid-space within the Heart Leader community. All right. Janet says, thank you, sir, and love the flow of earth energy included as divine inspired action. Found me. Okay, good. Cindy says, feeling very blessed with love and peace. Thank you, Gabs. You're welcome. Iris says, thank you, Gabs. Yes, the schedule is far more doable. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to connect with my heart again. Yeah. And remember, once again, that the opportunity to connect to your heart is always there. And one of the quickest and fastest way that you can do that is by slowing down, and turning to the natural rhythm of life. The natural rhythm of life normally is a lot slower than the rhythm of modern life. When you find yourself, you're starting to experience a lot of anxiety about the future and feel like there's not enough time in the day, and that means you are out of sync with the natural rhythm of life. You know, your cats, your pets are normally always in sync with the natural rhythm of life. And ask a cat if he needs more hours in the day. They will not tell you that, unless there's maybe food involved, and they might want more food, more hours so that they can get more food. But you get the idea. When you're really in tune and in line with the energy of the present moment, there's no hesitation about the future. There's no concern for the past. You live in the eternal presence. And this is why your heart is a master teacher in what it means to live in the present moment and to welcome everything that is happening in your life also as a present. And so with this as a closing thought, I bid you adieu, or ciao, or até já, and hope to see you again next week, Sunday, at the same time. Until then, please, as always, take care of yourselves so that you can take care of others. And I send you all of my love from my heart to yours. Bye-bye for now.